بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن ينفعنا بما علمتنا. May Allah bless us to benefit what we learn, وَعَلَمْتَنَا مَا يَنْفَعُونَا, and teach us what we can benefit from. It seems like two backwards or opposite statements. Why would the Prophet say, Allahumma yanfa'una bima alamtana? Yanfa'una, from nafi', benefit. Yanfa'una, a dua, profit us, benefit us. Bima alamtana, with that and by that which we learn. Allahumma alimna ma yanfa'una. So that's the first. Allahumma alimna. The knowledge being given to you from Allah is the first thing. So the Prophet said, Allahumma alimna, teach us ma yanfa'una, that which benefits us. وَيَنْفَعُنَا, and then the opposite, turn it around. Bima alamtana, and bless us to benefit from that which we learn. So you want something that you could learn from, but then you want to do the action of learning, benefiting from what you learn. So you have two things. Asking Allah to give you knowledge that you can benefit from. Because some knowledge, maybe you get it, you harm yourself. Maybe some knowledge, you get it, you're not ready for it. And then when you get knowledge that you can benefit from, then you want Allah to benefit you from that knowledge. And it's kind of like an ilm wa amal, knowledge and then the benefit that you get from practicing that knowledge. It's almost like al-iman wa amal salih. Iman and then the righteous deeds that's a result and a product of that iman. So the Prophet would make this dua, Allahumma alamtana bima yanfa'una. O Allah, teach us that which will benefit us. Wa yanfa'una bima alamtana, and bless us to benefit from that knowledge that I'm asking you for in the first place, that we could benefit from. Bless us to benefit from, meaning to understand, to use, etc. And he used to say, وَزِدْنَا ilman, and to increase us, give us more knowledge. Then he would say, Allahumma ati anfusina taqwaha, give our souls the taqwa that it needs. وَزَكَّاهَا, and purify the soul that it needs of purification. وَأَنْتَ خَيْرُ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا, and you are the best one to purify. Here, the best one to purify indicates that people try to purify their souls by other means. Just like Allah said, فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ, and all of the blessings is in His hands. Blessed be the one who was the best one to create, which indicates other things create besides Allah. But they create from something that Allah made. Nobody creates from something from nothing. But Allah, He creates from nothing. So He's the best one to create, because He created everything that somebody else was going to create something from, would create from in the first place. So that's the best one to create, the one who creates from nothing and allows others to create from those things after He, subhanahu wa ta'ala, khaliqu, the creator, created something. Likewise, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's the one that purifies. Now you could try to purify yourself from a problem, as we see people try to do it. Purify here means remove, to make clean, not exist. So people try to do that with drugs. They try to do that with alcohol. They try to do that with NA and AA meetings. They try to do it with different live forums, panels, and groups. Some people try to use yoga. Some people try to use martial arts, meditation, music, Some people even use, unfortunately, black magic to remove problems, to purify, to clean the mind, the soul, to make them better. But here the Prophet said, Yani wasakkaha, and purify those souls that we're asking you to make sanctified with taqwa. Wa anta khayru man zakkaha, and you are the best one to purify. Why? Because really Allah is the only one that can purify your soul. Anta waliyuha, you are the guardian of that soul, wa mawlaha, and its helper. And then the Prophet would make other dua. So oftentimes our Shaykh, may Allah tabarak wa ta'ala bless him, Hafidullah, Shaykh Abdul Razak ibn Abdul Muhsin, he always opens with this dua. He always opens with this dua. Any dars you listen to, he'll mention this in the beginning, and then he'll end this dua that he started with by saying, Allahumma yusleh amna, O Allah, fix our affairs, wa la takhilna ila anfusina tarfat ayn, and don't leave us to ourselves for the blink of an eye. Thumma ma ba'. So alhamdulillah. And if you listen to some other Tulab al-Ilm that studied in the Mamlaka, studied in Mecca, Medina, they kind of do the same. They make those kind of same dua, Sheikh Tahir, Sheikh Ali Davis. So this is why I do it, because we need that going forward, that dua of the Nabi, which is a group of dua. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to answer. Ameen. Tonight, we're turning the page, turning the curve, going to another topic, the Aqeedah and Fiqh of Imam Muqbil rahimahullah ta'ala. We started back with the issue of dreams. We took the fatwa that they asked the Shaykh, what is the validity of someone saying that they seen Allah in the dream? And what is the meaning of the Prophet saying that a person will see the Lord upon the best form and image? So the Shaykh, he answered that. He said there's nothing that will prevent a person from seeing his Lord in the dream. Just like nothing prevented the Prophet from seeing him when he went up to the heavens. And nothing will prevent you, the believers, from seeing Allah on the Day of Judgment. But how Allah looks, what you've seen, that's the discrepancy. Some say the Prophet didn't see his Lord when he went to the heavens. Others said he did, from the Sahaba. And, of course, he couldn't make out because it was just splendor on top of splendor, beauty on top of beauty, light on top of light, etc. So the Shaykh said, I need that in that regard. Then he was asked, we took the dars where he was asked about seeing the Nabi, which is a human in your dream. And he said, this is a sign of glad tidings, and know that the Prophet himself said that no one will see me in the dream except he see me, because the shaitan cannot give a portrait of me or to appear and say, I'm the Nabi and it's not the Nabi. If you've seen me, then you've seen me. Oh, come on, Paul. Or as he said. Then we took the next dars after that. We took the issue of, we're still on dreams. Some things that you may see in the dreams, some meanings of those things, different things. We mentioned that. And now, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala, we want to take from the fatwa of the Shaykh as it relates to the different groups, madhahib wa firaq, the different groups, madhabs and different groups. So the Shaykh is asked, rahimahullah ta'ala, about the groups and so the section is called Fatawa Firaq wal Madahib الفرق والمذاهب. فرق means يعني groups. Madhahib means, as we say in English, madhabs. Because these are Arabic words, like you say salam, you say he gave you the salams. You put an S on an Arabic word. Salam is Arabic, but we speak Arabonics, as they, I think, call it. So you put Arabic and English together. Subul is ways. Salam is greeting. So we just say salam. You don't say a plural word when you talk about salams. The singular word and the plural word is the same. But we say salams when we talk about more than one group or possession-wise like this. So likewise, firq means groups, and then madhab is singular, madahib is plural in Arabic. So you say madhab, a particular way or teaching or understanding, then we will say in English madhabs, but really the plural madhab is madahib. So the Shaykh is going to talk about the issue of groups and madahib. So what is a group? And the group, and what is a madhab? Then the group is just what we say, a number of people or a particular segment of people that they gather upon something or for a particular reason. That's a group. And madahib, or those different sources that people use to prove what and why they're doing something. That's what a madahib or madhab is, a platform or a discussion or a person's reason why he is using or believing or doing something in religion. So the Shaykh is going to discuss the issue under that envelope. And there are many groups, there are many madahib. There are many groups, there are many madahib. From amongst groups, Ahlul Sunnah, that's a group. Ahlul Sunnah, that's a group, meaning a group of people gathered together. They themselves take or use the Sunnah for what they're going to believe, what they're going to do, and these people propagate that which they have as a group. And you have, as we mentioned before, Khawarij. Khawarij is a group. They are people that have a belief. They use it different or something of a text or a meaning of the same text to prove what they say, what they believe, what they want to do. And these people, they call and invite people, propagate that which is from what is their group. You have Shia. And this one is a bit tricky because traditionally, if someone says that a person Shia, then that means that the main thing is that they prefer Ali to have led after the death of the Prophet rather than Abu Bakr. But the word tashayyu' means to break off. So if you had some people that everybody was with Abu Bakr, except one companion, and that was because he felt, you guys are from the Quraysh, you guys are from Mecca, you guys came to Medina, we gave you everything, we looked out for you, we put our lives on the line for the Nabi, we should be the ones who have the rulership when the Prophet died. We should be the Khalifa. We gave up everything. You guys came here and gained. So there was Sa'd ibn Ubadah, if I'm not mistaken, he opposed Abu Bakr. Everybody else was in agreement with Abu Bakr, and then in the end, because of the unanimous, overwhelming people that chose Abu Bakr, fell in line with that idea, then Sa'd ibn Ubadah, he ended up submitting in the end too, but he was the only one. So when you look at that, if you say no, after the decision was made, Abu Bakr mounts the minbar, says, "Man kana Abdul Muhammad and Muhammad qad mat." Whoever used to worship the Prophet, whoever thinks they're going to stop because the Prophet died, guess what? Go ahead and stop. Complete your worship to him. Continue if that's what you believe, because he died. وَمَنْ كَانَ عَبْدَ اللَّهِ يعني هو الحي الذي هو الحي يعني الذي لا يموت. He is the one who was always alive and never dies. Then let's keep it pushing. Let's keep worshiping Allah. Let's grieve. Get over this. We got a job to do. So when that happened, the people came after that and conspired to say, you know what? How could he be the leader? Ali should be the leader, because the Prophet said that Ali huwa yani minni kal Musa wal Harun. He's like me, like Musa and Harun. See, he should. Now that's what's called Tashayyur. You're breaking off. So the name Tashayyur, Shia, is those who preferred Ali after Abu Bakr was the Khalifa. But now when we talk about that issue, they are a group. They are a group of people. They took some text to support what they thought and believed, and they called to that. So these are examples of groups you have, yani, many of them. And the Sheikh said madahib. There are a lot of madahib. There are a lot of people that were imams. They established a teaching. They had students. Students followed their teaching, what they believe, how they worship. They had a text. So basically a school teacher and his students, that's a madhab. Basically in layman terms, a school teacher that teaches a certain way and has his text and his students, that's a particular madhab. And there are a lot of them. We just know the Abi Hanifa, Nu'man, yani Ibn Abi Hanifa, who was the first of them, and then Imam Malik bin Anas, the second. No, we're talking about after Abu Bakr, we're talking about the madhab. Oh, yeah, we jumped to madhabs now. Okay. We were talking about Abu Bakr because of Firaq, the Shia, the Khawarij. Now we're talking about the madhab, because the Sheikh has this under one title, Firaq groups. So that's why we said Abu Bakr, and then those who disagree with Abu Bakr and said Ali, that's how they became known as Shia, because Tashayyur is to break off. So if we're a group and I break off, that's Tashayyur in linguistic meaning. Religiously, it means those who broke off and preferred Ali over Abu Bakr. So we talked about that. We said the Khawarij. We gave examples, those groups. Ahlul Sunnah is a group. Now, what's a madhab? Madhab is a person who teaches something and brings his how he got to that point. What ayat, what hadith, what logic, what extraction of a text, what deduction. That's basically the madhab. So in layman terms, a teacher, and the madhab can't be without his followers. He has students that follow him, that promote and add to what he brought. So basically, in layman terms, a madhab is a person who teaches something and brings his sources, why he taught, what he taught, how he taught it, and he has students that will follow that, adding to it, or keeping that thing the way that it was that they got from that teacher. So that's madhab. So we said the first one we know when the madhabs are discussed is the madhab of Imam Abi Hanifa. That's the first one we know. That one became the most widespread, the most known, and he's the first when you talk about chronologically age and madhab. Then it's Imam Malik, rahmatullahi alayhi, Imam Malik, yani bin Anas of Medina, yani now, and he has his reasons and how he taught and what he taught from, his conclusions and his students. then Imam Shafi'i, Imam Shafi'i, rahimahullah ta'ala, and he has the same thing, his reasons that he took positions, what he taught, what was the sources, etc. He has a student, Imam Ahmad. If there are other madhab, madhab that didn't last, or they didn't become as known as these, such as the madhab of Layth ibn Sa'd. And the ulama, when they talk about this, Imam Malik, he narrates a lot of times on Layth ibn Sa'd. He said, Layth kana ahfaz min al-Malik. That the Imam Layth ibn Sa'd memorized and had more knowledge than Imam Malik. But that has nothing to do with the tawfiq of Allah, what Allah writes. But Imam Malik became more known, as if he's the only one during that time that had the knowledge like he had, rahimahumullah. If you look at Imam Shafi'i, he had Waqi' ibn Jarrah, he had, a group of scholars with him during that time. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, and he had the likes of those scholars during his time, and it's as if he was the only one in his class, but Allah Azza wa Jal chose him to be triumphant with his madhab. And Imam Ahmad, the same thing, he has different contemporaries that were with him, but Allah Azza wa Jal wrote for him to be the madhab that's from the four that we know. Yahya ibn Ma'in, Ali ibn Madini, Ishaq ibn Rahawayh, all of them had their madhab, big scholars, big imams, but they're not known as it relates to the more popular of the teachings and the evidence and how they used it and understood. So the Shaykh is talking about these issues because they go together, believe it or not. They go together. So the Shaykh has different questions under this section. One of them, men hum ahlu sunnati. Men hum ahlu sunnati. Who are them? Those who are considered ahlu sunnah. That's one question the Shaykh has under that subject matter, fatawa of fiqh wal madahib. Who are the people of Ahlul Sunnah? Very important. Very important. You have the Shaykh talking about madhab al-Zaydi. Madhab al-Zaydi, which traditionally they are known to be the Shia of Yemen. The Shia of Yemen. And the Shia of Yemen, they were divided into two parts. And what we say again, Shia means those that prefer Ali over Abu Bakr. Those who they غلوا في حب والدعوة إلى Ali ibn Abi Talib. They are those who went extreme in excess with their love and promoting anything with the name of Ali ibn Abi Talib. There, or traditionally what is Shia. But then you have, from Yemen, you have the Zaydi. Many scholars said they were aqrab ila Ahlul Sunnati. They were the closest to Ahlul Sunnah in their practice of Islam. And the Zaydi, Wallahu Musta'an, traditionally did not curse the Sahaba. They didn't make Abu Bakr kafir. They didn't make Umar ibn al-Khattab kafir, Uthman. They didn't slander our mother Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. The Zaydis didn't do that. But they had positions of extremism with Ali. They preferred Ali in every way over the other three khulafa. So that's the Shia. And then you had another sector that broke from them called Jarudiyah. Jarudiyah, they were the ones that Shaykh Muqbil said they followed the way and got their teachers from Hadi. And they were the ones that the Shaykh said they would pair up with Al-Rafid al-Kabir, the Iranian Shia. The Rafidah, those are those who rejected. They got the name Rafidah from Rafidah, to reject. They rejected the grandson of Ali, Zayd Abidin. Zayd Abidin during this time was someone who said, "Anu hibbu Abu Bakr, wa anu hibbu yani Umaru, wa anu hibbu Uthmanu." He claimed and made clear his belief in those khulafa. But those Shia, again, those that were extreme with anybody that was from Ali's lineage, they were extreme with him. So they felt that, wait a minute, we have you on a pedestal. We almost ready to make you like a god, like some of them tried to do Ali. We will only take leadership from someone who's in the family of the Prophet, and Ali is one of them, and the main one that we're talking about, and you have the nerve to give allegiance and love, saying you believe and love them, although they died and they're gone. You're saying they're from the best of the believers. You're saying Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman. So they made him a kafir. And the word that they use, Rafidah, we reject you. So they become known as the Rafidi. Rafidi, those who rejected the belief that Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and they rejected Zayd Abidin, so they became known as the Rafidi. Those Shia that made those companions kafir. While if you go back to the other type that was in Yemen, the Zaydi, they didn't. They just had extremism and a great love of zealousness and being extreme in their love for Ahlul Bayt al-Nubuwah, people from the house of the Prophet, excluding his wives, meaning those who were bloodline. And Ali was the, as they say, poster child they made for to rally around this issue of the Prophet's, lineage, his tree, and all of this. So the Zaydis were amongst the ones, the ulama used to say they are aqrab ila Ahlul Sunnah in their belief and their practice, but they have extremism towards Ali, they have fabrications, they have some different belief and actions that are bottled because of this, while the Jarudiyah of Yemen was similar to these Rafidi in Iraq and those different places now in Iran. So Shaykh Muqbil said the Jarudiyah, they will join forces with the Rafidi of Iran, he said, and they will come back and destroy the country. They will come back and destroy Yemen. And he told Ali, Abdullah Saleh, who was the president of that time, get them out. Like the Prophet expelled Bani Qurayza from the Jazirat al-Arab. Jibril, once they fought the Ghazwat al-Khandaq, and where the Jews helped the mushrikun, the pagans, come and surround Medina. Once that was won, Allah gave the believers tawfiq and drove those pagans back to Mecca, then defeated them. Then Jibril came to the Prophet ﷺ, Hadith of Sahih Muslim and others, after the Prophet took his ghusl from the fighting and the war, and Jibril said to him, do you think you're done? He said, the fight is not over. He said, get your companions and go to Bani Qurayza. Go to that tribe of Jews and fight with them. Fight with them, or tell them Aslam Taslam, to accept Islam. give them a chance. If they don't, kick them out. So that, is when we talk about the same thing that the Prophet was told by Jibreel, give them an ultimatum, or kick them out. Shaykh Muqbil told Ali Abdullah Saleh, get rid of those Rafidi, because they're going to destroy Yemen if you don't. Just like Bani Qurayza, they would have destroyed Medina if he didn't get rid of them. They already plotted with the pagans to have the Muslims killed in Medina. That's why the Battle of the Ditch, Khandaq, came about. They surrounded Medina, Hasra Medina. Now, to kill the believers. Allah Musta'an. So Ali Abdullah Saleh did it. Rather, he appeased Ahlul Sunnah. He worked with them. He supported Shaykh Muqbil, the dawah of the Shaykh, the call to the Kitab, the Sunnah, on the way of the Sahaba, Madhab al-Salaf al-Salih. He supported Ali Abdullah Saleh. He even tried to make the Shaykh a member of the government, like basically the Khalif of Yemen under the government, and the Shaykh refused. Shaykh Imam Muqbil refused. Was smart. He understood all of those narrations from the Salaf. Never do that. He told them no. He said, I'm content with my small little wooden library in my mud house, and you see what Allah did for a sincere man like that. Had he drank the Kool-Aid and went with the government, the dawah of the Shaykh would have never been blessed that way. It would have never spread that way. So the Shaykh refused. But the point is that these are the groups from the Yemen, what we call Shia. Zaydiyah, Aqrab al-Ahlul Sunnah, the closest to Ahlul Sunnah. Jarudiyah, those who joined forces with the Rafidi of Iran, and to this day they came back, they destroyed the whole Yemen. That is what is called the Houthis. They have a nickname that reflects their branch of Rafidi in Yemen, because their leader, who was the head of them to go join with those Rafidi of Iran, his name was what was his name? I want to say his name was Mahmoud Houthi. Now, so they became known as the Houthis. Again, groups are normally named after idea, action, or person. Now, so this is an example of when the Shaykh said the firq, the different groups, the Shia of Yemen, they're normally known to be Zaydi, from Zayd Abidin, the grandson of Ali, who they were extreme with his teachings and extreme with him, as he was in Yemen, Zayd Abidin. And then those who rejected him became Rafidi, known as those who rejected Zayd Abidin, because you believe and you love Abu Bakr, Uthman, and they rejected him. Rafidahu, they rejected him, outcasted him, so he became known as the Rafidi. Now, so this example of when the Shaykh is talking about Madhab al-Zaydi, the teachers of the Zaydis. You have some ulama that came, Ashokani, Wal-Hadi, قيل كذلك other ulama, Amir San'ani, most of those scholars from Yemen, Abdul Razak, Imam Abdul Razak, Musannafihi, these people, they were affected because they were in that environment, in that area. And the Zaydis, they were a government at one time. They ran the whole Yemen. They ran the whole Yemen for, subhanAllah, I forget how many years, but it was a lot. It was a lot. I know it was more than 100 years. They ran the whole Yemen. So look at the influence. And to the point that I remember Shaykh Muqbil used to mention that Imam Shawkani, he would be teaching in Sana'a. Imam Shawkani, rahimahullah ta'ala. And the Shaykh, I remember he mentioned they will have, now you know what the bazooka is. The Shaykh said they will have the bazooka on their shoulder, holding their pointing at Imam Shawkani. If he said anything against the establishment, anything against the government, they had, what you think they was going to do with that bazooka? And, just as a backdrop, Imam Shawkani, his father was a big alim and a judge that before Imam Shawkani was placed in that position, Sana'a, his father was there. Then his father died, and because of his knowledge and the need for him to be put in that position, they put Imam Shawkani in that position that he was, as the big mufti, the big scholar, the big judge of Yemen in Sana'a. But he didn't want it. So what he did was he spent most of his time writing, researching, and every now and then he would have some court appearance to deal with issues, but he stayed out of the fitna. Yeah, he wouldn't take sides, and mashallah tabarakallah. And that's how he became known as the great scholar of knowledge. He spent all his time with the knowledge, not to mention his teachers and those things in the story of Imam Shawkani, rahimahullah ta'ala. So this, when the Shaykh is talking about the madhahib, the madhab of Zaydi, they are a madhab. The Yemeni Shia, they're the closest to Ahlul Sunnah, and the Jarudiyah, they were the ones that gathered with the Rafidi, and they came back, as the Shaykh said, 20 years after he told Abdul Salih that. The Shaykh was dead 20-something years later. They came back, and you see the state of the country because of this issue. Allahu musta'an. The Shaykh, he talks about the fadahi, as-Sufiyya, the scandals of the Sufiyya. And it may seem funny and comical, but the Shaykh is using that word fadahi, Sufiyya, because, wallahu musta'an, when we talk about a contender right now, the biggest contender in the world between the two madhab Ahlul Sunnah, madhab Sufiyya is Sufiyya. Yeah, Sufiyya. And when you talk about Sufiyya, then you have to branch off to other groups, such as Jamaat al-Tabligh. Jamaat al-Tabligh. As many ulama, like Sheikh Fawzan, said, hum Sufi Asriya. They are a modern day Sufi group, but people don't associate them with Sufiyya because of Adam al-Ilm. They don't have the knowledge, they don't understand. And they said they're Jamaat al-Tabligh, or the other name they go by, Jamaat al-Dawah. And they don't say they're Sufi. So what are you talking about, brother? How can you say they're Sufi? La. They are a madhab that broke off, or that are part of fadahi as-Sufiyya. The Sufi, as we say, product. The Sufi plot, the Sufi scandal. Now, so the Shaykh is mentioning that. The Shaykh also the Shaykh talks about a hadith that takunu. The Shaykh is going to talk about this hadith. ستكون خلافة على منهاج النبوة. If this hadith is authentic or not. ستكون خلافة على منهاج النبوة. There will be some leaders that will run their administration as a Muslim leader upon the way of the Prophet. Is that hadith authentic or not? And some people use that to solidify what they're doing, and the Shaykh is asked about the hadith for a reason, because people use it. For example, if we take Al-Qaedah, they say Al-Qaedah. In Arabic, it's Al-Qaedah. Al-Qaedah is setting the standard, the principle. So Al-Qaedah, they're setting the standard, the principle. What's the standard of the principle? that there should be no kuffar in the Jazirat al-Arab. There should be no non-Muslim fi Jazirat al-Arab. وَمَا هُوَ Jazirat al-Arab? What is the Jazirat al-Arab? Jazirat al-Arab means in the Arabian Peninsula. In the Arabian Peninsula. So if you talk about modern day Arabian Peninsula, then you're talking about from the beginning of what's known as Saudi Arabia, yani from the border of southern Saudi, which borders Yemen, all the way to Qatar. All the way to Qatar. Qatar is included. As Sheikh Abu Sa'id al-Na'im told me, like, if you go back hundreds of years ago, there was no border. All of that was considered Jazirat al-Arab. You could just travel. There was no borders, no passport, no, oh, this is Qatar. Now you cross the border, you're in Saudi Arabia. Okay, no checkpoints. He said you could just go. All of the tribes were the same people. Now I'm Qatari, I'm Saudi, I'm Bahraini. They broke all of this up into different, just like they did in every other country. They broke up and made the countries into these different borders and sections. So the point here is that the Shaykh, rahimahullah ta'ala, and Mada Shaykh Imam Muqbil, when he's talking about this hadith, said تكونوا خلافة على مذهب النبوة, is this hadith authentic? People like Al-Qaeda were using. And they will say, see, we're on the madhab of the Prophet. We are like a people that will come, that when the time of Khalifas used to exist, people will use certain parts of the Sunnah to say that their da'wah or their leadership is upon the Sunnah, but aspects may be, but their whole program in general may not be. So a person's Khalifaship may not have been on the Sunnah like Hajjaj. Hajjaj ibn Yusuf al-Thaqafi. Killing the Muslim is not on the manhaj of the Prophet doing his Khalifaship. Wanting to have the people hear what you have to say to the point that you change the Eid and the Fitr al-Adha, the formula of the Eid. So where you're going to speak first, like Jumu'ah, and pray second, like the well-known story of Marwan ibn Hakam, where he wanted people to hear what he had to say, because he was against Ali. He was against those people that was with Ali after Ali died. So they would never listen to him. If they prayed Eid, the people were going to get up and leave from amongst them. So he said, this year they're going to listen to what I got to say, because I'm going to make the khutbah first and lead the salah second. And that's when Abi Sa'id al-Khudri, yanked him, Wallah Musta'an, the one who said, Man ra'a minkum munkaran falyughayyirhu biyadihi, whoever sees the evil, let him change it with his hand, the hadith. So this, again, some of the things the Shaykh is mentioning under the Fatawa of Mada al-Fiqh wal Madahib, and Shaykh Tabarak wa Ta'ala. We'll stop here. So subhaka nabiyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam tasliman kathira. Next time we'll go into some of those questions Fatawa themselves, just give you an idea what the section is about. Wallahu aliyu tawfiq.